Hi, I'm Danny Ecker with the Chicago Business Today Midday Report. The city's projected budget deficit of $369 million for 2013 is about half of what was projected this time last year, according to an annual financial analysis released by the mayor's office this morning. That would be the lowest budget hole in 5 years and would partially come from a projected rise in city revenue. Our Greg Hinz is here to break down the numbers. Greg, some ground being made up here. How big is this projected revenue boost, first of all, and where's it going to come from?
Well, some of it comes from new taxes, some of it comes from a slightly improving economy, and some of it comes from cuts in money that was appropriated this year that's not going to be spent and will be carried over next year. That's a good thing, but you can't count on doing that every year. So to the extent we're solving the structural continuing budget deficit, it means we've made some progress, but we're not there yet.
And some of it was blocking and tackling, right? You had some collections of some debt collections and other programs, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's no question that the mayor has made some cuts. They've done some smart fiscal things, but the trick is not only to get it down to zero, but to create the kinds of changes that will continue to year. One-time efficiencies are great, but you got to continue it.
Right. Now, part of this analysis showed the deficit swelling over the next few years, likely due to pension problems. You kind of get sick of talking about that at this point. Is that by far, is that by far the main culprit here?
Yes. At this point, they've made some cuts in the police department. They still have some cuts to go in the fire department. They're going to work that out, although it's going to be messy. But really the big elephant in the room, increasing these pensions, no question about it. It's huge money. They need state help to deal with it, but they're not there.
And you wrote yesterday about Governor Quinn calling for a special session of the General Assembly to really get at these pension problems again. A legitimate reason to gather the General Assembly, or more of a posturing move by the governor to say, let's get it together?
Well, probably a little bit of both, to be honest. The governor wants to look good, but there's no question that the General Assembly just hasn't gotten its act together. And it's one of those monkey things. Everybody points at everybody else. Some people point at the governor, says, where's his plan? He points back at them and says, we've given you plans and you haven't approved them. Yeah, it's going to cost us some money to call them down there, about $40,000 a day, but by the governor's math, it costs us $12.6 million every day in increased unfunded pension liabilities.
Okay, Greg, thanks for the time.
You're welcome.